What's up, everybody? This is Toru. Welcome back to another episode of ProducerHead Loops. Today's loop features Late London, and it comes from episode 54. In this, Late London shares what he has experienced to be the 3 stages of development as it pertains to being a producer. Regardless of where you feel like you are in your personal process, I remind you that it is okay. And the most direct route to advancement, if that's something that matters to you, in my experience, has been to understand where you are, embrace where you are, and to address the challenges that are immediately relevant to your development. And from there, a lot of things will really happen naturally. And the less that you chase development, the less that it will avoid you. So without further ado, here is today's loop featuring Late London.
I think a lot of people, well, there's 3 stages I would say with producers. Is like the learning stage. I tell this to my students all the time. Like I say there's the learning stage where you got to get like hip, like you're trying to get your 10,000 hours in, right? Like to master it. You got to learn it. You learn the program. Then once you learn the program and get a formula down, then it's the volume stage, trying to knock out as many as you can. Then you get into the quality stage where like it's actually really important for you to not write all the time and to take a break and go live your life a little bit. Because it is just like doing art is like a sport at the end of the day. Like you have to listen to your body and know when you're fatigued. Like I spent years trying to always write fatigued, and I mean I still do from time to time. You don't always have the luxury of being at full energy, but yeah, it's just like I think keeping things fresh, to having different approaches is always really good. Like limitation is the artist's best asset, right? So it's like a lot of the best art, a lot of art that you probably like a lot of hip hop you and I liked, bro. Like it's like MF Doom, right? He stole that MPC that he started on, but it was like legendary because all he had were a few records, and like the records that he had, you can tell from like that first MF Doom album was like he didn't have a lot of vinyls. Like he was really flipping stuff that I thought was very unorthodox, but it sounded sick because it's what he had and what he made himself work with, you know? And, you know, with the internet now and YouTube and stuff, you can jack and sample anything, man. And that's almost the problem. I think like that's kind of the problem with a lot of people. Like the options are too limitless. And I try and teach this to my students. I'm like, try and narrow down your options. Like just act like, hey, I only have this one drum machine, or I only have this one sample or this one keyboard. Like just focus on what you have in front of you and like master it. Yeah. Now it's kind of a long answer to that question.
It's cool. So I'm curious about, because that's really interesting what you mentioned in terms of like thinking about those 100 studio sessions. Not every single studio session is the same. You mentioned, for instance, some are maybe writing and producing, others are pure experimentation.
Yeah.
How intentional is that? I'm curious, do you know today is going to be a play day, I'm going to experiment, I'm going to maybe look for samples, or today is going to be a production day, or is it just however you feel when you get in there?
I mean, I'm lucky because I'm full-time, right? So it's like I get to like break up my day. I don't like to write past like before 2 p.m. Like it's just, I've tried writing in the morning. It's not me. I have other friends who don't. But like it's more about like I'm constantly like bullshitting with my curiosity. I'm always, the intention is to always write when creativity hits. Like every time it hits, you should go. Like, you know, when you like, sometimes you'll find one bass note like over a drum groove. You're like, oh man, now I hear everything that has to happen. You should totally dive in. But like today, like it's strictly for experimentation for me. Like I am going to go try, but like I wrote this idea. It's okay. Like, and then I'm going to take, like I went to the gym to think about it, and I just didn't listen to music there and just let my thoughts like happen with it. But yeah, like I like earlier in the week personally. Like I think like, you know, like especially in our like in our industry, like, you know, the weekends are heavy and you get exhausted. So like Monday, Tuesday, it's like I'm just kind of building up like the reps, or like finding new sounds, organizing my stuff. And then from there, usually like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is like the heavy writing days for me. Today I'm like a little, my energy, like the allergies are kind of killing me, so I'm like not like super like dying to write. But I'm also have a lot of mixed down work I have to do too. But yeah, like there's nothing wrong with spending 2-3 days in the week. And I was telling my class last night in my signature sound class, like I was like, you know, spend 2-3 days, you know, just looking up sounds, go on Splice, find kicks, find percussion, find snares, or because a lot of them don't have like that many finished songs. I was like, if you don't have the finished songs, just go in there and do that, because it's gonna make a big deal in the end goal. It'll make it easier.
2 quick things before we go. Number 1, if you enjoyed this loop, the full conversation with Late London is episode 54, so go ahead and check that out. Number 2 is listening back to this loop with Late London made me think about what it is for us to be producers and artists in the context of productivity culture, technology, optimization, and all these things, and what that does to our expectations and the way that we approach learning and development through these various stages. And so I wrote a little bit to accompany this. So if you head over to producerhead.substack.com, you can read that for free. Also, if you subscribe, you'll get access to The Pocket, which is an ongoing video playlist featuring the generosity of past guests on this show, showing us how they work, screen sharing in the sessions. In Late London's case, he built a track from scratch. So check that out, producerhead.substack.com to subscribe. Share this with the producer who belongs here, and I will catch you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening. Peace.